Sorry, due to some disturbance, this second episode I am going to start, and in this episode I am going to just discuss about the life of Gautam Buddha. We know some very important information you can note in your notebook. But Mahatma Buddha, the founder of Buddhism, was a contemporary of Mahavir Swami. According to the Buddhist tradition, he was born in 566 BC in a Sakya Kshatriya family in Lumbini in Nepal, foothill near Kapilvastu. His family name was Siddharth. His father Sudhodana was the elected ruler of Kapilvastu and head of the republican clan of the Shakya. His mother Maya Devi was a princess from the Kaushal dynasty. From the very early childhood, Siddharth showed a meditative bent of mind. Hence, the worried father married him at an early age to a beautiful and accomplished princess Yashodhara. He got a son from Yashodhara named Rahul. However, Siddharth was not happy at heart. The popular legend says that the sight of an old man, a sick man, a dead body filled with deep sorrow. At last he saw an ascetic who, it seemed to him, had come to terms with old age, disease, and death. Siddharth also decided to adopt the same path. One night, at the age of 29, he left his home, wife, and son and became an ascetic in search of truth. The Buddhists term this event as the Great Renunciation, means the Mahabhinishkraman. He practiced rigid austerities and resorted to different kinds of self torture to find the truth. But even after 6 years long penance, he could not attain real knowledge. Ultimately, he abandoned the way of rigid austerists. He went to Urubela, near modern Bodh Gaya, on the bank of Niranjana river, and sat under a peepal tree in meditation. Here he attained the supreme knowledge or enlightenment on the 49th day of his continuous meditation. Since then, he came to the know as the Buddha, the enlightened one, and Tathagat, one who has attained the truth. Being related to his statement means attainment of knowledge, the area of Uruvela or Gaya came to be known as Bodh Gaya, and the peepal trees and which he attained enlightenment because popular as the Bodhi tree. Now he came to Sarnath, and in Sarnath he gave first speech, and Sarnath is also famous for the birthplace of Buddhism. But the main theme of the teaching of Buddha is first, please note in your notebook, the world is transient and it is constantly changing. The world is soulless as there is nothing permanent or eternal in it. There are four noble truths in the world. These are sorrow. The world is full of sorrow. Second noble truth, cause of sorrow means desire, ignorance, and attachment are the cause of suffering. Sorrow ceasing. Sorrow can be indeed by destroying Trishna or desires, and way to end sorrow. There is a way to end the sorrow. One can get out of the chain of suffering by following the eightfold path. What are these eightfold paths? First of all, note, fold path is Ashtangik Marg. It is also known as the Ashtangik Marg, right view. Second is right solution. Third is right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right meditation. The Buddha was not in favor of extreme asceticism or self mortification. He suggested that it was by following the path of modernization, means moderation between severe penance and self indulgence. But there are 10 seals in the Buddhism. What are these 10 seals? These are: first is non-violence, second is truth, third is non-stealing, fourth is non-possession, fifth is celibacy, sixth is discarding of dancing and singing, seventh is discarding the usage of perfumes and scent, eighth is not having food at odd times, ninth discarding the usage of soft bed, and tenth renouncing gold and women. Of these 10 seals, the first 5 were for householders Buddhist, whereas for a monk it was compulsory to observe all the 10 seals. Buddha emphasized the following of non-violence. He preached that man should love all the living creatures, men, animal, and birds. Okay? Mahatma Buddha laid emphasis on the law of action or karma. He preached that man is the architect of his destiny. According to Buddha, nirvana is the ultimate objective of human life. It can be attained even in this life through the complete elimination of selfish desire. And other important teaching of Buddha is, in the earliest form of Buddhism, it was irrelevant whether God existed or not. Buddha neither denied or accepted the existence of God. There was no belief in Vedic relics according to Buddha. So beta, these are some very important. This teaching was written in a Pitak literature. This Pitak literature was written after the death of Gautam Buddha, after 100 years in Vaishali, in first great congress of Buddhism. The Pitak literature was going to start. First of all, Vinay Pitak, Sutta Pitak and Abhidhamma Pitak. These all are the basket of knowledge of Buddhism in which we read. Sutta Pitak. In Sutta Pitak there was a philosophy, a rituals, a cults, a tradition, rules and regulation of the Buddhism. Vinay Pitak was a well-disciplined life of the, you can say, the Buddhist Sangh, and Abhidhamma Pitak was a focus on ideal life. So what was Buddhist Sangh? What was the rules regulation of Buddhist Sangh? How the literature, architecture, these all things were influenced by Buddhism, we will discuss in our next episode. Thank you. Have a nice day.